What's up, Survival Pandas? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, bought myself the set of Aqua water purification tablets. One of the things I was thinking about is you see me with some of my water filters and whatnot, but in a real emergency situation, speed can be an issue, convenience, having all your wits about you can be difficult sometimes, especially if you get lost, somewhere where there's not a lot of water and you have a little bit of water. I mean, starting up a fire, et cetera, and going through this whole big process might not actually be worth kind of the water that it would yield. So one of the things that I found were these Aquatabs, water purification tablets. That you kind of just drop them into water you find. They do kind of protect against giardia and various other things. Seemed a little bit like carrying a little bit of bleach or a little bit of iodine. One of the reasons that I don't like doing that is because it's in liquid form, you have to kind of really protect it. Now, I know some of the iodine bottles come in plastic, but still, if you were to break it or if it were to leak and you didn't have it, I mean, you're kind of out of luck. So the idea that you could carry a tablet with you, drop it in water, let it sit, let it do its thing is kind of the easiest solution for providing drinkable, potable water that I found. Now, if you have a better way, please let me know. Like I said, I know some of the filters, certainly can work, and the Life's drinking straws. My only problem with that is sometimes they're really a personal item. They're only good for one person. They're kind of hard to use, especially the straws require a lot of sucking. And secondly, they're kind of a little one-use devices. I know you can clean them out, dry them out, and keep them, but I found that I've never been able to get them dry. So after I've used them and tested them, I've just thrown them away. Anyway, in a survival situation, won't really care. Now, a couple things that I would have preferred. One, they come in this little pack, but I like that these are individually packed. Theoretically, these will have a shelf life of 5 years. These say expire in 2021, so that's pretty nice. The other thing that I've kind of noticed here that I would have liked is a little bit more direction printed on the blister packs themselves. So it does come with, in my case, it came with a bunch of these little cards. So you're going to have to put these in your EDC pouch, but it will tell you here what to do if you swallow it, blah, blah, blah. But more importantly, how much to add based on the water that you are treating. So here it is, treating water from rivers, lakes, wells, cisterns, or similar. You want to remove one Aquatab tablet and quickly insert it to 0.75 liters of contaminated water. Now, if you want to mix well for at least 10 minutes and let stand for 30 minutes. I've also seen on their website things about, you can boil the water if you have access to that. Don't use these in boiling water. Either treat them before you boil the water or treat them after you boil the water, but the water should be no warmer than lukewarm. And then obviously you don't want to take too many of these. If you do swallow it, drink a lot of milk is what it said. I would force yourself to throw up too, and then drink a lot of water. You want to dilute it. It says that it's not harmful to women who are pregnant. Now, I think for most of you, if you're going to use this, it's for the outdoors, and so you're going to want to err on the side of over purifying, and this is going to basically be 5 tablets for a gallon, 1 tablet for 1/4 gallon. So this one sheet here would treat 2 gallons of water, which is actually pretty good, especially if you're with a couple of people that could provide plenty of water for drinking. Now, I have a lot of standing water outside right now. It's been storming here for a couple days, so let's go out and give these a shot and try them out. All right, guys, so I have quite a bit of standing water, as I mentioned, out here. And one of the things is, you'll have to have some sort of container. This one is a 1 liter Nalgene bottle here. Now, there isn't a lot of turbidity in this water, but it is kind of muddy. So depending on what you have, if you have a bandana or a handkerchief or a t-shirt or something, you might want to just lay it over the top of your container before you submerge it or even pour the water through it, just to try to get out a lot of the large particulate. Because this is pretty clear here, I'm going to go ahead and just let my bottle fill. And because it's 1 liter, because I'm going to try to treat 0.75 liters, I'm not going to quite fill it all the way up here. Where's my marking? So yeah, about 800 milliliters right there. And let's go ahead and drop a tablet in here and let it purify. All right, so I've got my water here and I've got my Aqua tablets. So what I'm going to do is, because that's 1/5 of a gallon of water basically, I'm just going to put in 1 tablet. So I like that these are individually packaged, so you can use what you need and no more. Here's what the tablet looks like, actually. It's pretty small. Right there. Just a little white tablet, drop it in there. And we'll go ahead and close this bad boy up. And then what I'll go ahead and do is shake it. You can see the tablet right on the bottom sitting in there. You want to make sure that that gets dissolved here. So I'm going to assist it, but then it also says to make sure that you wait 30 minutes. So obviously it's going to take a little while for that tablet, and it's a pretty cool day today too. So we will go ahead and let that dissolve and make sure we give it at least the 30 minutes and then give it a try. Okay, it's been at least 30 minutes, so now let's go ahead and give this a try. You know, I don't see the tablet here, but oh yeah, that's totally drinkable. I mean, it's hard to say if there's any bacteria in it, but it tastes great. Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. For sure. Definitely. Really smooth. Come on, guys. You didn't think I was going to drink water out of my backyard, were you? Anyway, yeah, I wasn't going to do that. But the cool thing is, Aquatabs. You know, if you're going to fill up your EDC camping, hiking, outdoor survival excursion adventure kits, I definitely think taking these along just in case you need to purify some water. Certainly a little preparation that might pay off and save your butt. Aquatabs, Peter von Panda, out.